Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome to Dee Smith. Let's discuss. Welcome to today's session. Today's session, I wanna talk about Spotify and this AI music streaming scam. So, if you don't know, a lawsuit recently came out saying that Spotify is full of cap, and in the lawsuit, they named oh boy as the number one benefactor of the AI music scam or botting, according to reports. All this is alleged. Do your own research, man. Do your own research. But the botting is real. It's real serious. I just learned today. I went down this rabbit hole that there's botting on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok to make all these individuals seem more popular than they really are. And once again, Drake is at the forefront of this. As a rapper usually does not, rappers do not last 10 years, 15 years, 20 years of being on top. But somehow this guy, 15 years, it does not happen. He's not a rap artist. He's a pop artist. Are you still listening to old boy music today, man? I was good. I was with the females. I was vibing. Yeah, that passive music that soothes you, right? But it don't spark no intelligence, right? Y'all keep that music. But let's react to this video from first. This one guy, Michael Smith, who basically got caught, and Spotify knew about it, but Spotify is going to deny this. Then a report from I want to say BBC. Do your own research, man. Do not believe any of these YouTubers out here, because everything is fake and fake news, man.
TV was there as FBI agents raided a Cornelius man's home. He's a musician now facing serious charges, accused of using AI to create and stream music and illegally collect more than $10 million in royalties.
Michael Smith is charged with wire fraud conspiracy.
So I'm pretty sure they have been doing this since Spotify, Apple started. The question is, did Spotify or these other platforms know individuals were cheating and botting? That is the question. And from the research I have been doing, it looked like Spotify knew when they first started this app, individuals were going to do this.
Wire fraud and money laundering conspiracy. We caught word of this morning's FBI raid at the musician's home this morning. Our Erica Lunsford was there. She joined us on live near the Cornelius musician's home. Erica, I'm sure these neighbors were just stunned to see this unfolding there.
Siobhan, neighbors I spoke to today off camera told me they knew of Michael Smith just as a neighbor, just seeing him around the neighborhood, and they couldn't understand why he was being escorted out of his home today with handcuffs. Now here's a look at what we saw a little bit earlier today when we got here. FBI agents were in the driveway of Smith's home on Willdare Drive. They appeared to be searching through the home, and again, Smith is accused of using automated programs to stream AI-generated songs billions of times. Documents state that hundreds of thousands of AI-generated songs were streamed by bot accounts.
Gotta go back to album sales, man. Gotta go back to album sales, CDs.
The indictment alleges at a certain point in about 2017 up to and including 2024, Smith estimated that he could use the bot accounts to generate over 661,000 streams a day. yielding annual royalties of over $1 million. Now, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office, Smith repeatedly lied to the streaming platforms when he used false names and other information to create the bot accounts when he agreed to abide by the terms and conditions that prohibited streaming manipulations. Now, with all of the charges that Smith is facing, he could see up to 60 years in prison.
For music subscription.
My feed is flooded with, this is how you trick Spotify.
But it's
So you just heard that. How do I trick Spotify? There's ways to do it, and old boy has the answer. Drake has the answer how to trick Spotify. Because ain't no way he is that popular, man. Ain't no way his music is continuing to stream at these high numbers. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, man. But hey, let's investigate. I'm going to continue to say this. Do your own research. Do your own research. And don't believe in these YouTube algorithms or AI. If a human person is not saying it to me, if it's just AI voice, cap. I am going to the next video. Anything with AI voice, I'm not listening to it.
of that money ending up in the hands of fraudsters.
I was so surprised by the scale.
Streaming has transformed the music business and now makes up more than 2/3 of the music industry's global revenue. But in a first of its kind case, one man in the US has been charged with streaming fraud.
He's a musician now facing serious charges, accused of using AI to create and stream music and illegally collect more than $10 million in royalties.
So if I'm RBX, yeah, I'm pissed. Yeah, I'm pissed at you, Drake. You body, and I'm not getting my money because of you. Yeah, I'm pissed. Yeah, I'm gonna sue. I don't care what nobody say. Yes, give me my money, bitch ass nigga.
Dee Smith seemed to have made it as an artist. Over 200,000 followers on social media, collabs with big musicians. But now he's facing up to 60 years behind bars if convicted. He's pleaded not guilty to all the charges. But what is he alleged to have done? Well, to explain that, first we need to understand how making money from music streaming works. When streaming music online took off, with platforms like YouTube Music, Spotify, and Apple Music, a new model of how musicians made money had to be made. A percentage of their revenue, mostly generated from ads and subscriptions, gets put into a royalty pool. Now, this is a huge amount of money. It's estimated that over 600 million of us use a paid-for music subscription. For example, the world's largest music streaming service, Spotify, paid out $9 billion last year to music rights holders. Let's say each grain of rice represents 70 grand. The number of plays an artist's tracks receive proportionally determines how much they and their record label will receive from the royalty pool. So if my music accounted for 1% of streams on a platform, I'd get around 1% of the money in the pool. Now, anyone can upload music to a streaming service and try and generate royalties. There's around 100 million songs just in Spotify's library alone, though some artists complain these royalty models are complex, opaque, and underpays them for their work. But how can people game the system? Well, Mike Smith has been accused of using artificial intelligence to generate hundreds of thousands of...
And this is why, because Spotify knew this was going on. Of course, Spotify gonna put out a statement, we protect our platform. Cap. The lies you tell. Allegedly, I don't know, but shit.
And then use bots. These are computer programs that can perform tasks repeatedly and automatically to listen to these songs billions of times, generating royalties for himself. Doing this, the FBI claims Mike made more than $10 million in royalties across a variety of streaming platforms. That's money that should have gone to honest artists, producers, and record labels, but instead was allegedly diverted to Mike's fraudulent scheme. But how was Mike Smith's alleged scheme discovered? Well, I've been speaking to somebody who thinks he might know the answer.
When I saw his mugshot, it was like my screensaver for like 2 months.
This is Jonathan Hay, a music publicist who's worked with some impressive names over the years.
Whitney Houston, Rihanna, Nappy Roots, Twista, Kanye West's label, Eminem's label.
Now, Jonathan started working with Mike from around 2012 onwards. He said that Mike had ambitions of becoming an artist and producer himself. So how did that relationship go?
We started hanging out a lot. He wanted us to be producers, Smith and Hay. Mike suggested that we pay rappers, so he spent, a couple $100,000 on getting us rap features. And everything with him was like 100%, legit. And that's where we started developing the TV show One Shot.
One Shot is coming.
Ready for your one shot?
Each week, MCs move on. One will go home with $100K and a record deal.
But eventually, in 2018, Jonathan sensed something sinister might be at play. Jazz singles that would chart one week as #1 would suddenly disappear the next.
Some of the jazz people that I've known were like, that doesn't happen like that. It just went from 1 to 0. I'm like, Mike, what's going on? He was like, I don't know, we lost like our radio. He always had an excuse. And then he did this Christian.
And that's what is always an excuse with these rappers and the fan base. Drake, once again, no face. Wasn't nobody listen to that music. Wasn't nobody even listen to 21 Savage and his album together. But somehow it got all these big numbers. Don't nobody want to hear Drake and 21 Savage together. That's just my opinion, man. That's just my opinion. And from the beginning, when old boy started his career, fake streams. And it's a whole different story that Drake family, the uncles, wrote most of that music for him. Allegedly, but there is a theory. Because old boy is not that talented. You can see with the Iceman. You can see it. Last 2 albums. Well, 21 Savage and Party Next Door. I need somebody to take the heat off me. He cannot do it by himself. Oh no, I'm just theories, man. I'm just making this shit up.
Right? It's called Beautiful Day. And we were getting streams in like Vietnam and Pakistan, and it's like, okay, what? So then I talked to Mike about it. Mike was like, oh, it's just beta from Spotify. Then all of a sudden, all of our music started coming down. And I would get messages from TuneCore. Your music is taken down because of streaming fraud. Then DistroKid shut us down. Streaming fraud. Lander shut us down. Streaming fraud.
Jonathan's shown me emails where he unsuccessfully tried to argue his case with the distribution companies, which are services that help artists get music uploaded onto streaming sites. He told me that at this point, he got the authorities.
Do your own research, man. If you believe anybody on these platforms, you need to be slapped. Do your own research. But I know a lot of people are lazy. They're not going to do their research. They're going to just rely on their favorite YouTube personality, man. Even your favorite YouTube personalities are capped, man. But do your own research, man. I'm going to tell that to everybody. Do your own fucking research, man.
Involved.
So I met with the FBI agent in Louisville, Kentucky. He was like, yeah, this is definitely something that we would be interested in. That's when Mike and I broke it off.
It's been alleged that Mike's scheme ended up being much larger than what Jonathan suspected. In an email obtained by the FBI from February 2024, Mike is alleged to have boasted his activity generated $12 million in royalties since 2019. I wanted to speak to Mike Smith to hear his side of the story, but he didn't respond to my request for an interview. He's not without his supporters though. Some people online are calling him Robin Hood, saying that what he did was good because streaming services take advantage of artists. And I've tracked down someone who used to work with Mike, who has similar opinions on the case.
Mike Smith is a decent, good guy.
This is Goldilocks, a businesswoman, professional wrestler, and a music artist. Both her and Mike work together on occasion in the music industry, and she has a very different view of working with Mike compared to Jonathan.
Literally, I said, God, I wish there was a way that I could do something to help my colleague because I feel really sick. And literally the next day you were in my DMs. I'm not saying that Mike Smith is Jesus Christ. I'm just saying throughout the world and throughout history, it appears as a human race, there's always somebody that's being used as an example. My feed is flooded with, this is how you trick Spotify into spinning your song more so that you can get more revenue.
Using bots, do you think it should be illegal? Or
No,
do you
it
think,
shouldn't be illegal.
Do you think that is fraud?
No, what are you gonna, it's here, it's already here, it's not going anywhere. You might as well figure out a way to use it for your benefit. And you know what? Apparently Mike Smith did. So let's just come down on him because everybody's already using it anyway.
Some musicians are criticizing him because, you know, that's $10 million that may have been able to go to other artists.
And that's the thing. All this money that Drake is stealing could go to these other artists. So that's why RBX put that lawsuit out. Nigga, you is taking money out of my pocket. And we know. I'm pretty sure people in the hip hop industry know Drake is not that talented. They know Drake, his music really sucks. Yeah, I'm gonna give me my money. So Spotify, Apple, whoever, it's a collapse. We need to go back to selling hard CDs, selling hard hip hop albums. That's what we need to get back to. Oh, this is the technology area. Fuck technology, man.
Like spread out. And I was just wondering what you would kind of say to that.
Yes, if he did something wrong, if it's robbing people, robbing me of what, Beth? I don't get anything anyway. That's just it. You have to be just getting ridiculous amounts of anything to see anything.
Many artists like Goldie are unhappy with how little they're paid for streams. But that doesn't change the fact that Mike Smith stands accused of orchestrating a multi-million-dollar fraud and stealing from the royalty pool his fellow artists receive payments from. So how big of a problem is streaming fraud?
I would call the Mike Smith case kindergarten fraud.
This is Andrew Beatty, CEO of BeatDap, a startup that aims to detect fraud on streaming platforms.
A lot of the professional scammers, they don't want to chart. They don't want to be a famous artist. What they want to do is load millions of songs onto different streaming services and then slowly play each song. So no one notices the song that only has 1,000 plays. No one cares about that song. But if you have enough of those songs generating 1,000 plays, you can make a lot of money. I do not believe the DOJ and the FBI have any illusions that $10 million is like the top of the food chain. I think what the Mike Smith case does is allow them to find someone who they have full jurisdictional control over in the United States to set the precedent they need to go after these more sophisticated, difficult investigations.
So what now? Mike has been charged with wire fraud conspiracy, and money laundering conspiracy.
So I think this is what Drake is going to get sued for eventually. Allegedly, all this is a make-believe. Do your own research. But if his name is like in an RBX lawsuit, right? Right now, they're not blaming Drake. But eventually, it's going to get to the point where we have evidence that Drake did this and did that in Turkey, in Pakistan. It's so slowly, hold your roll. But it's definitely
for federal crimes which each carry a maximum sentence of 20 years behind bars. He's pled not guilty to all charges. We contacted his lawyers about the accusations in this piece, and this is what they told us.
The indictment is an accusation, and he has not pled guilty to any of the charges. Much of the conduct the indictment alleges, as many articles have reported, has been widespread in the music industry for years. Yet, this alleged conduct has never been criminally prosecuted under these statutes before. This is a unique case, and Mr. Smith looks forward to addressing these novel charges in court.
But if he is convicted, how could this case impact the music industry? We contacted Spotify. They're one of the streaming services Mike is alleged to have used to commit streaming fraud. This is what they told us.
Spotify invests heavily in automated and manual reviews to prevent, detect, and mitigate the impact of artificial streaming on our platform.
Because you can't believe these companies. They're going to say anything to protect the bottom line. But also you have to remember that Spotify is in business with UMG, Warner Music Group. They're in business together. So, hey, something going to have to change. And I'm going to say buy real CDs. Buy real music albums. Shout out to Outkast, man. But, hey, it's a hot mess out there, but let me know what you think. Spotify is definitely in trouble. All these record labels is definitely in trouble. We need to get back to album sales so the artists, because they're smarter now, can get a percentage of their music rights, man. But hey, let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and Outkast made the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, man. I'm about to do a video on that. Like, comment, subscribe, hype. I'm out of here, man.